Grace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video where I will rank for you guys all the Nutcracker parts that I've ever played. So this year will be my 5th time being in the Nutcracker, and then also the year of COVID I was in a holiday show which was dances from the Nutcracker, but it wasn't like a full-out Nutcracker show. So I'm gonna count those in here as well because they were the same dances and the same parts, but just not as a full show. So one thing I want to say before I start is I've never had a Nutcracker part that I didn't like. Like, just because one of these parts is at the bottom of my list doesn't mean I like hated it or didn't like it. Like, I love every single part I've ever done in the Nutcracker. I just love the Nutcracker. So there's not like a part I don't like, but I do have favorites and I have ones that I enjoyed more than others. But yeah, I've never had a Nutcracker part that I didn't like. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my like least favorite. I'm struggling to say least favorite because I love them all so much, and sounds like a bad thing when I say least favorite, but it's not. I still loved it. So at the bottom of my list is a baby mouse. Now, if you know the Nutcracker, you know there's a battle scene between the rats and the soldiers. In my Nutcracker, we have a break scene before the battle scene where some little mice come and scurry across the stage to like set the tone, and it's a super tiny part. You're only on for like 30 seconds at the most. You don't even dance or anything, you just kind of scurry around. But I did that my first year in the Nutcracker, and it was just like really short. I'd say that's the main reason that it's at the bottom of the list. Yeah, there isn't much to say about that one. It was pretty just simple part. Alright, next is going to be soldiers, which is also from the battle scene. This year will be my 4th year doing soldiers. The main reason it's this low on the list is because the costume's not really anything that exciting. And it's kind of hard to like get on and off for like quick changes, and you have a lot of quick changes around soldiers with like snow and party scene. And I mean, it's not a hard dance, it's an easy dance. The hardest part is the counting, because the counting is really hard to hear and you really just have to know it really well. I like being in soldiers. I wouldn't want to not be in soldiers. It's not like one of my absolute favorite parts I've ever played. Alright, next up we have court ladies. Now, a lot of Nutcrackers do not have court ladies. Mine does. So for us, it comes right at the beginning of the 2nd act. I did court twice, and I actually really enjoyed that dance. Like, that was one of my favorite dances I was in. A pretty costume with a really flowy skirt, and it was just a pretty dance. Next up is a finale dancer. My dance company does it where we have our like upper level dancers come out in finale and do a little bit of a dance for like the finale, and it's kind of like the end of Clara's dream in the Nutcracker. So I've done that 3 times, I want to say 3 or 4 times. I think 3. Like I said, I loved all my Nutcracker parts. It was a fun part, but it wasn't like anything super exciting like compared to some of my like favorite parts. I like the dance. There's a lot of steps in the dance I do really like, but it's just kind of like, it's not the most like exciting part because you're not really playing a character, you're just kind of dancing. Next up is a snow dancer, and most of the snowflakes. So I've been a regular snowflake dancer 4 times now, and then I was lead snow 1 year. I am a snowflake again this year, not lead snow, but I am understudying Snow Queen this year too, so that's kind of cool. So snow's kind of like in the middle of my list because I do love being in snow because it's one of the biggest, most well-known dances of the Nutcracker, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the show, and it's hard. I actually got to be in snow my very first year in the Nutcracker when I was 12 because the directors decided to audition some of the like middle level dancers to be in snow because it's normally just like the upper levels, and it was just like a really short part, like a 30-second part of snow. But they auditioned and they took 4 of us, and I was one of the ones chosen, and that was like a big deal for me because I really wanted to be in snow. It always will kind of have a special place in my heart because of that, but the dance is also incredibly tiring. You're like so out of breath when you get done with that dance, like, oh my gosh. I would say it's probably the most tiring dance in the Nutcracker because it's really long. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's very high energy, and you're like going at it the whole time. You're on stage the entire time. All right, next up we have a boy in the party scene. So I have played a boy in the party scene twice. In my Nutcracker, we hardly have any boys in our like company, so the girls play the like little boys in the party scene as well. So it was a fun part. There's a lot of acting to it. You only have 1 dance, but you're on stage for most of the first act, so you're just like acting. You have like a sword, a toy sword, and a soldier hat, and you get to like sit with the other kids and like just acting, kind of like improv throughout the entire first act, and you're kind of like what's going on in the background, but there's like a whole storyline going on back there, so it's super fun. Next up is a flower dancer in Waltz of the Flowers. So I've been in Waltz of the Flowers every single year that I've been in the Nutcracker in some shape or form, except for the year that we didn't like do a full out Nutcracker. My first couple years I was in just like a small chunk of it, and then this year I'm in like literally the entire thing. So for my Nutcracker, we have some really pretty Waltz of the Flowers costumes, and we have 3 different color costumes. There's purple, pink, and green. And as of this year, I've officially been all of these colors. Last year I was pink, before that I was always purple, and this year I'm green. Next up is a panther in the party scene. In most Nutcrackers, there's a section in the party scene where Uncle Drosselmeyer, who is Clara's uncle, brings out like life-size dolls to dance for the kids, and those are obviously like dancers, but you pretend to be a doll and he like winds you up and stuff. My Nutcracker, we have 4 dolls. We have the ballet doll, we have the Harlequin, and then we have 2 panther dolls, and I have been a panther doll twice, and it's a super fun part because you get to come out in this little like rolling like present box, and someone like rolls you out there, and then all of a sudden when the music like gets to this kind of like low scary part, you bust open that box and you run out. You have this like cat mask over, like I'll have a picture over here for you guys to see it, but you have like this cat mask, and then you have these like gloves with these huge like claws on them that are like this long, and it's like awesome because you're just like you're just like, and then you get to like do this cool dance, and then you stop and you freeze because that's when the dolls like run out of like the winding that the uncle did, and then one of the dads in the party scene gets to come and like carry you off. Like if I have a picture I'll put it in, but it's really fun. I really enjoyed Panthers. My only negative or like downside to the part of Panthers is it's a very short dance. It's only like a minute at the most, and that's all you're in the party scene if you're a panther. All right, moving on is another part in the party scene, and that is a girl in the party scene. So like a girl in the party scene is a lot like a boy in the party scene. You do one dance, but then you're on the sides acting in the background the entire time. All right, my next part in this list is a mother in the party scene, which I did that last year for the first time, and then I'm also doing it this year. Basically, I get to have a family. There's a guy that you're partnered with, and then you have kids, which are the boys and girls in the party scene, and it's super fun. I really enjoy it. I especially really love my kids this year. Like, they're amazing, and you just become like a little Nutcracker family. Like in my Nutcracker, we like give each other gifts during the show, the people in your family, which is really fun. It's just kind of like a little tradition for us. I feel like there's not as much acting wise you can do as when you're like one of the kids in the party scene. There's still a lot of acting you can do, but it's not quite to the same extent. But you do get like 4 dances instead of 1 or 2. Number 4 is lead snow. So I only did lead snow 1 year, which was last year, but it was really fun. It's the same snow dance, but you get like an extra bonus part at the beginning that you get to be in that's really pretty. Snow is just as tiring if you're a lead snowflake, but I feel like because of that extra bonus part at the beginning and like the name lead next to your name in the program, just makes it like that much better. Number 3 for me is Arabian, which my Nutcracker now calls coffee, but the year I did it, which was like 3 years ago, I think it was my freshman year. Yeah, it was my freshman year of high school that I did it, and it was called Arabian at the time. It's very slow and like held. There's lots of like splits. If you have good flexibility and extension, which I've always had good flexibility since I started dancing, it's a good one for you, and I really enjoy it. All right, next up is Marzipan. It is one of the only point dances in our version of the Nutcracker. You get to wear one of the like pancake tutus, which that was my first time ever wearing one of those, so that was really exciting, and it was one of my first times doing a point dance on stage, so that was really exciting too. And then my number 1 Nutcracker part of all time that I've ever played is Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't know if that kind of counts because I technically haven't performed it yet, but I'm playing Sugar Plum Fairy this year, and I already love it so much. I have learned my dances, and now there's a lot of stuff I get to improv and like make up acting wise throughout the whole second act as I like introduce all the sweets. So I'm really excited for all that. And I also get a new costume this year. So our previous Sugar Plum Fairy costume was a pancake tutu, and it was purple with like silver details and jewels. And this year I'm going to be wearing a pink one with a pancake tutu, and it's gonna have gold details and jewels. So I'm very excited for that. And I get this really pretty like tiara that's pink and gold, and I'm really excited to wear it. I'd say my Sugar Plum Fairy dance and then also Snow are the two hardest dances in the Nutcracker. Snow is mostly hard because it's so long, like it's hard endurance wise. Sugar Plum is hard endurance wise as well, but it's not as long. It's more hard on your endurance because it's harder steps and it's on point. So the fun thing about the Sugar Plum Fairy dance is it's a solo, which means that the choreographer and the dancer can kind of change it to fit the dancer's specific skills. So we got to change it a little bit this year to fit my specific skills, so I get to show off some skills of mine I've been working on and that I'm really proud of. So yeah, I'm just very excited for that one. Okay guys, so it is actually a couple days after I filmed that clip. My phone died as I was finishing up, so I didn't get to do like my little wrap it up outro, but I wanted to do that today. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means so much to me that you guys watch my videos and that you guys just follow me on this crazy, fun, amazing journey that I'm on. I know there's so many more amazing things yet to come, and I really hope to take you guys along with me through all of it. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more fun content. Make sure to stay tuned for future Nutcracker content. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a what's in my Nutcracker bag and also obviously a Nutcracker show vlog, so stay tuned for those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.